Hello.
All right, we're started.
Okay, great. Thank you. I'm going to call the meeting to order. This is the Monday, April 7th Mendon Select Board meeting, calling it to order at 6:30. This is a fully remote meeting, so I'm here. I'm the chair, Elena Brugos. Also, we've got Mike Goddard, Jason Cooter, and Brendan Chanel are all remote, and Mike Morley is not able to attend. Jeremy, could you start us off?
Yeah, certainly. So I'm going to go ahead and share my window. So
Oh, wait, did
there
I say the
are,
meeting's being recorded? I think I forgot that part.
You
I
did.
think
The meeting's being recorded.
Thank you for everyone watching the recording. So there's 3 ballot questions that are being proposed for the May town election. We have 3 debt exclusion warrant articles, and these are the associated questions. The warrant article, I shouldn't say debt exclusion warrant articles, 3 debt warrant articles for the school department and for the school, and these are the related exclusion questions. So I'm just going to read through what I have here. Question 1 was developed by the Mendon Upton Regional School District Bond Council, then approved by MSBA. Mendon Town Council had minor edits, but they were not received in time. So when you have an MSBA question, you just send it back to the MSBA and get them to weigh in. It was just more like definition expanding. Speaking with MURSD, their bond council, we decided to just go with what was already approved. And questions 2 and 3 were developed again by MURSD bond council, but Mendon Town Council had minor edits. But because that didn't have to go through MSBA, just had to go through their bond council, those edits were able to be incorporated. So here's the three questions. The first one pertaining to the roof and the related HVAC, and 2 relating to the facilities project, and 3 relating to the athletic facilities project. So I'm not sure if you want to read these into the if you want me to read them into the record, if you want to make them part of the motion, or just say as presented.
I think probably it works to say as presented. I don't know if you're able to like zoom in a bit so that we can see them more clearly and so that they'll show up better in the recording.
Does that help?
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, if it helps, I can make a motion that we accept the ballot language for the 3 questions for the debt items as presented.
Chanel,
Okay.
second.
Okay. All right. Yes, I will accept that motion. All right. So, any discussion?
I will say these, the reason we're having this meeting today is because the deadline is tomorrow, and it wouldn't have made it into, Wednesday's meeting was not in time for this. So thanks everyone for joining for this.
Great, thank you. And we knew we were getting these. We just, did not manage to vote on them. They were still under construction, as it were. Oh, I see a hand from Jason.
I just have a side question about the so this is for the warrant articles, and then is it the same language for the election, or this is
No, this
for the
is
election?
These are just for the ballot, not the warrant articles. So they are all associated with warrant articles, but with those we will be voting on Wednesday. Is that correct,
Yep.
Jeremy? Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. And then the motions. So Wednesday you'll finalize the warrant, which will finalize the warrant language, and again developed by council. And then once our warrant's finalized, I'll send it over to our council to say, develop motions for these. And then of course anyone can make any motion they want, but so you all have the council approved motion language.
Yeah,
but this is just the ballot question.
And Mike, you had a hand up as well.
Yeah, so just the specificity of number 3, where it's very detailed as to what is part of the athletic facilities in comparison to, I think, maybe question 2, which is the facilities that's far more difference, like additional things than say the athletic facilities. Kind of curious is the warrant article, similar to what Jason was asking, is the warrant article number 3 or the motion going to be that specific? And if so, any concern with people, changing the motion on the floor to exclude, say, the concession stand that's called out in the language? And how does that impact the ballot, if at all, aside from confusion?
Yeah, so I had a kind of similar takeaway. I think if we tried to enumerate or tried to break out the constituent pieces of question 2, there's so many that it kind of gets a little unwieldy. I was surprised to see the specificity in question 3, but that's what their bond council developed, and that's what their school committee approved, and that's what was presented to us. So I said okay.
I could just see it being could be challenging on the floor when you get into the, do we really need a press box or concession stand, things like that, and how does that impact? Does that change the amount, or does that just mean that they don't have authority to spend on those specific items? Those are questions we probably need to be prepared to answer, because I could see people,
right.
Can we do this? Can we do, option A, option B? What does it mean in the end? So we just need to be prepared to understand what the impact would be in practical terms.
That's a good note. I'll work on getting that answered ahead of time.
Great. All right. So then, just to clarify before we actually vote, this is the language for the Mendon ballot for the Mendon annual election, which will be May 17th, 13th, I think. Hang on.
13th.
13th. Thank you. Yes. No, it's a Tuesday. Yes. 13th. So, yes. So we are voting specifically on the ballot language, which we mostly did not have a say over beyond passing it to town council. So, Mike Goddard. Yes.
Just real quick. I'm assuming Upton has gotten the same language and is going forward with the same language.
Yes. The Upton town council had more timely comments and did have a change to the MSBA one. I forget what it changed. I think
but we're benefiting from their changes, correct?
But yes, our question is reflective of their changes. Okay. So they will have the same question. I think questions 2 and 3 varied with like a definition thing. But it was Upton has the same question 1 certainly, and then question 2 besides like 1 or 2 words. We're both working off of the same suggestion or proposed language given to us by Jay Beyer and the school district.
Great, thank you. Any further questions? All right, then we'll do a roll call vote. Brugos, aye.
Goddard, aye.
Cooter, aye.
Chanel, aye.
Okay, great. That passes. So, all right, I believe that was the one agenda item. Okay. I don't have the agenda in front of me, so
yeah, that was it for tonight. We've got a more normal agenda for Wednesday, but that was it for tonight.
Yeah, great. All right, so then I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Chanel, second.
And that was Mike Goddard who did the motion. Discussion. All in favor? Brugos, aye.
Goddard,
aye.
Chanel, aye.
Does that work if 2 people say it at the same time? Is it clear enough?
Yeah, I think we got it.
Okay, great. All right, then the meeting is adjourned at 6:39, and I will see you all on Wednesday.
Sounds
Thank you so much.
Have a good night.
Good evening.
Everyone.
Good night.
Bye.